Hi, I'm Michael Reid. I work for Michael Reid Smith Guitars, and this is a little short video about the wood that I'm using for my 30-year employee guitar. It's a custom 24, and all of the wood in this guitar was reclaimed from old buildings in Brazil in different forms, whether it be from a beam or from flooring or from a raft or something like that. So for the back of the guitar, I wanted to use something fairly light. So I had some Spanish Cedar that was cut into boards that were used for flooring. This is a piece that's very similar to the board that I cut up for the back. It's a piece of Spanish Cedar. It was hand sawed using a pit saw, and for those of you who've never seen a pit saw, this is a two-man pit saw, and it was used to cut boards from a hand-hewn cant lengthwise. Obviously an incredible amount of effort went into producing this lumber. And this is quite old. Bought it from a friend of mine in Brazil. His father was a cabinet maker, and I believe he might have used this when he was a young man. It's all blacksmith made. It's an amazing old tool. So that's what I used for the back. For the neck, I used a piece of Peroba that came from a rafter, just like this one. Quarter sawn, about 2 1/4 inches thick, just thick enough for cutting into one of our necks. It's real stable, has great color, a little bit of ribbon striping in it, and polishes to a really nice luster. It's a beautiful, beautiful wood for use in necks, and it's pretty resonant. Some of you are familiar with the Peroba that we use for our Reclaim Limited series, which was used on the tops of the guitars. The fingerboard, I don't have a sample of the beam here, but it's a piece of Brazilian rosewood. It was cut from an old beam, about 150 years old. An amazing piece of wood. Then the top of the guitar is also from an old piece of hand-sawed flooring. The type of wood is called Borobudur Campo, and it's kind of a pumpkin-colored wood, brownish pumpkin color. And the top that I have, the boards, it's a small batch of flooring I got, maybe 50 square meters, were very highly figured. And this came out of that same batch of wood. You can't really see it through the roughness of the sawing, but it has some beautiful figure. And when the guitar's done, you'll be able to see it pretty well. Some of these boards were actually almost 7 meters long, which is remarkable if you think about hand sawing something, 22 feet long with a hand saw and keeping it straight. It's quite a feat. Anyway, that's the wood that we used, and hopefully when it is finished, you'll get to see the finished product.